Okay, so today we're gonna dive into something that I think is super fascinating, and that's
pretty cool.
This idea of shadowing as a way to improve your spoken English.
Yeah, this is something that I think a lot of people overlook when it comes to language learning, but it's so powerful.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we have a resource here that's kind of like dedicated to just this one idea, and it makes a lot of sense.
It really does.
So I'm excited to kind of get into this
me too.
with you today. So basically, for our listeners who maybe aren't familiar with this at all, shadowing is this technique that's used to basically improve your spoken English.
Yeah, it's all about getting that like natural flow and rhythm and pronunciation.
Like, how do you sound like a native speaker?
Exactly.
That's the goal.
So what is it exactly?
Yeah, so basically shadowing is you're listening to some audio in English, right? And you're repeating it.
Good. Almost simultaneously as you're hearing it.
Okay. So you're not like waiting till the end of a sentence or something.
Exactly. Right? It's like almost
trying to like
a split second behind the speaker.
Keep up with them.
Yeah.
Got it.
So you're basically like
in real time.
Yeah, like a shadow.
Yeah, okay.
That's where the name comes from.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And the thing is, you're not just repeating the words.
Right.
You're really trying to mimic everything about how they're speaking.
Like,
so that includes their intonation.
Okay. The way their voice goes up and down.
Exactly. The rhythm.
Okay.
Any pauses they make.
Yeah.
You're trying to like embody their way of speaking as much as possible.
So it's like you're not just learning the words, but you're learning how to say the words.
Exactly. It's like you're learning the music of the language.
Okay.
Not just the notes.
Okay, that's a good analogy. So why would someone go to all this trouble?
Right. Like, why bother with this?
Yeah, why not just like listen?
Why not just do flashcards?
Yeah, and read and stuff like that.
Yeah, what's the big deal?
Yeah, what makes shadowing so special?
Right.
That it can help you become more fluent.
Well, the thing is, shadowing really gets at the core of what it takes to speak a language fluently.
Okay.
And it's not just about like thinking about the language.
Right. Yeah.
It's about actually using your muscles.
Oh, interesting.
Your mouth muscles, your facial muscles.
Yeah.
To actually produce those sounds.
Okay.
So it's like a physical workout for your speech organs.
Interesting.
Yeah. So by doing this repetition, you're training your mouth to make those English sounds more naturally and automatically.
Like building muscle memory.
Exactly, like a musician practicing their scales.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
You get better and better.
So it's like, instead of just reading about how to make a sound, you're actually making the sound.
You're doing it.
Right. And your body's learning it.
Yeah, your body's learning it.
Yeah.
So it's like you're skipping a step almost.
In a way, yeah, you're kind of bypassing some of that like conscious analysis.
Gotcha.
And going straight to like the feeling of it.
So it's more like intuitive?
Exactly. It's like developing an intuition for how English is supposed to sound.
So it's not just like, I know where my tongue is supposed to be. It's like, I know how it's supposed to feel.
It comes out naturally.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool.
So the material we're looking at today actually takes a really interesting approach to this.
Yeah.
They give us these examples of famous people, celebrities speaking.
I like that.
And they break down like what makes their speech so effective.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we can learn from the best.
Okay, I'm into it.
Yeah.
Let's hear about some of these celebrities. All right, so first up we have Barack Obama.
Oh, okay.
And the example they use is his famous line, "Yes, we can."
Okay, everyone knows that one.
Yeah.
So what's so special about Joel?
But what's interesting is...
Well, what's interesting is that...
the way he says that.
That pause he puts in there?
Okay, yeah, he does say, "Yes, we," and then there's a pause.
Yeah, it's not just, "Yes, we can" altogether.
Right, yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
And that pause makes all the difference.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Well, it creates this sense of anticipation.
Okay.
Right? It's like he's building up to something.
Oh, I see.
And then when he finally says "can," it has so much more power and impact.
Yeah, like, it's like you're waiting for it.
Yeah, you're leaning in.
Yeah, and then when he says it, it's like, ooh, you feel it.
Yeah.
So the pause is like super important.
It's a rhetorical device.
Oh, wow.
It's not just like he needed to take a breath.
Right, he's using it.
He's using it deliberately to create an effect.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So when you're shadowing this,
you don't want to just say the words.
You've got to get the pause right.
You got to nail that pause.
Okay.
You got to feel how long it is and where it comes in the sentence.
Okay. So like for our listeners, like right now, just imagine saying it.
Try it.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Like, how does that feel in your mouth when you put that pause in there?
Does it feel different than just saying, yes, we can?
Right. Totally different.
Yeah.
It like totally changes the meaning.
It does.
Even though it's the same word.
The same 3 words.
That's so crazy.
But that pause changes everything.
And I guess, the other thing I'm realizing now is like, not only does it change the meaning for the listener, but it also must change the feeling for the speaker.
For Obama in this case.
Yeah. Like to say it with the pause must give him like a different feeling.
It probably gives him more confidence.
Yeah.
More authority.
Yeah. More power.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's like he's owning those words.
Okay, so that was a good one.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm already learning so much just from that one example.
I know, right?
All right, so who else do we have?
All right, next up we have Emma Watson.
Okay, Hermione.
Yeah.
All right.
And this one is interesting because it focuses on a very specific sound.
Okay.
The R sound.
Okay. The dreaded R sound.
Yeah. For a lot of English learners,
it's tough.
The R is tricky.
Right.
So the example they give is gender equality is your issue too.
Okay, so where's the R in there?
It's in your.
Okay, your.
Yeah. And they point out that for native speakers, that R is often like a soft roll.
Okay, so not like a really hard R.
Yeah, not like a Spanish R, for example.
Gotcha. So it's like subtle?
It's subtle.
Okay.
It's just a little flick of the tongue.
Okay.
Not a full-on trill.
Gotcha.
And so for people whose native language has a stronger R, this can be like a real game changer.
Okay.
To like soften that R sound.
Like it makes you sound more native.
It can make a huge difference.
Really?
Yeah, it's those little details that really add up.
Okay, so I'm guessing when we're shadowing Emma Watson, we really want to pay attention to that R sound.
Yeah, you really want to focus on how you're forming that R.
Okay, so like what would be a tip for doing that?
Well, one thing you could do is like really pay attention to where your tongue is in your mouth.
Okay.
Is it touching your teeth?
Okay.
Is it like further back?
Got it.
Play around with it.
Yeah.
Until you get that soft roll.
So it's like a lot of it is just experimentation.
Like feeling it out.
Yeah, and like listening back.
Exactly. Listen to yourself. Compare yourself to Emma Watson.
Right.
And see how close you can get.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it's amazing how like these tiny little sound differences can really impact how native you sound.
Right.
It's like the difference between like...
It's like the little detail.
Yeah, like a painting that's like almost finished.
Right.
And then you add those final little touches.
And it just makes it...
Yeah, it's like pops.
Yeah.
It comes alive.
Okay, so those tiny little details are super important.
They're crucial.
Okay. I'm going to be paying more attention to those now.
Yeah, I think we all should.
Yeah.
It's easy to overlook them.
Okay, so that was Emma Watson.
That was Emma Watson.
All right, who's next?
All right, last but not least, we have Tom Hanks.
Okay, America's Dad.
Yeah.
What's he got for us?
So this one is all about contractions.
Okay.
You know those shortened forms of words?
Oh, yeah, like can't and won't.
Exactly, like I'm instead of I am.
Right, it's instead of it is.
Yeah, and the example they give is from Forrest Gump.
Oh.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Oh, yeah, the O instead of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's saying box of chocolates,
Right.
and that's super common.
Yeah, I hear that all the time.
In everyday speech.
Right.
Native speakers use contractions all the time.
Yeah.
It makes their speech sound more natural.
More casual.
More relaxed.
Right, like less formal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you're shadowing Tom Hanks, pay attention to those contractions.
So try to like mimic those.
Try to say box of chocolates, just like he does.
Yeah.
And it'll make your English sound more fluent.
Okay. I'm going to try that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like you're channeling Tom Hanks.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've gotten some good celebrity examples.
Yeah, those are some great illustrations.
Yeah, those are really good.
Of how shadowing can work.
So how do we put this into practice?
Right, like how do we actually do this?
Yeah.
Well, the good news is this resource gives us a really nice 7-day challenge.
Okay, cool.
To get started with shadowing.
All right, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the first 3 days, they recommend starting with audio that's slow and clear.
Okay.
So like BBC Learning English is a good example.
Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of great resources for learners.
Yeah, and they speak slowly.
Yeah, and clearly.
Yeah.
So it's easy to follow along.
Gotcha.
And they suggest keeping it short, like 1-minute clips.
Okay, bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, so you don't get overwhelmed.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't want to burn yourself out on day one.
Yeah.
Okay, so BBC Learning English for the first 3 days.
That's a good starting point.
Then short clips.
Yeah.
Okay, then what about the rest of the week?
So for days 4 through 7, you can start to ramp it up. You can try some faster audio.
Okay, so what would be some examples of that?
Well, TED Talks are a good option.
Okay.
They're a little more challenging.
Right.
Speakers talk a little faster.
And they're talking about more complex topics.
Yeah. And you'll hear a wider variety of accents.
Yeah.
And another good option is movie trailers.
Oh.
Those are really fast-paced.
Yeah, they pack a lot into like 2 minutes.
Yeah, and they often use like dramatic music and sound effects.
Right.
So it's a good way to test your skills.
Okay, so it's like a good challenge to try to keep up with a movie trailer.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Okay, so TED Talks and movie trailers. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
And they also give us some like app hacks.
Oh, I love app hacks.
Yeah.
What are those?
So one of them is Audacity.
Okay.
It's a free audio editing software.
Cool.
And you can use it to like slow down audio files.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, if something's too fast,
right,
you can slow it down in Audacity.
Okay.
And you can also use it to record yourself.
Oh, that's right.
While you're shadowing.
Yeah.
So you can compare yourself to the original.
Okay, that's a pro tip.
That's a pro tip.
Record yourself and then listen back.
Yeah, and see how you did.
And then I guess you can really hear like where you're going wrong.
Where you need to improve.
Like, oh, I'm not getting that R sound quite right.
Exactly. Or I'm not pausing in the right places.
Right. Or I'm not using contractions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Audacity is a good one.
That's a powerful tool.
All right. What's the other app hack?
So the other one is actually just YouTube.
Okay.
So if you're watching a video on YouTube, you can actually change the playback speed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a little setting where you can slow it down.
Got it.
So you can slow it down to like 0.75 speed.
Okay.
And that can make it a lot easier to shadow.
So it's just a little bit slower?
Yeah, just a little bit.
But enough to make a difference.
Yeah, it gives you that extra time.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
YouTube, I use YouTube all the time, so.
Me too.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
So you don't even need to download anything.
Nope, it's built in.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So those are some great tools.
Okay, so we've talked about the why. We've talked about the, we talked about the how.
The how to.
Now, are there any like pitfalls that we should be aware of?
Yeah. What could go wrong?
Yeah. What are the things that people mess up?
Right.
When they try to shadow?
So one common mistake is mumbling. You know, like not opening your mouth wide enough.
Oh, yeah.
And not articulating clearly.
Yeah, just kind of like.
Yeah, like mush-mouthing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's because you're trying to go so fast.
Right.
You're trying to keep up with the speaker.
You're so focused on.
Yeah, and you end up like sacrificing clarity.
Right.
So the tip there is to really focus on
opening your mouth.
Yeah, like really exaggerate those mouth movements. Open wide.
Got it.
Move your tongue around.
Use those muscles.
Use those muscles.
Okay.
Yeah. And another common mistake is lagging behind too much.
Okay.
So like you're not staying close enough to that half-second delay.
You're falling behind.
Yeah, you're kind of like trailing off.
Okay.
And that can happen if the audio's too fast.
Right.
Or if you're just not used to.
Or if you're tired.
Yeah, if you're mentally fatigued.
Right.
So the key there is to just try to stay as close as possible.
Even if you miss a word.
Even if you mess up a word or two.
Yeah.
It's more important to keep up with the rhythm.
It's about the flow.
Yeah, the overall flow.
Got it.
And not worry so much about every single word.
Okay, that's good advice.
Yeah. And then the last mistake is ignoring word stress.
Okay.
So you know how in English we emphasize certain syllables and words.
Right.
And that changes the meaning.
Totally.
Yeah. So, for example, the word present.
Yeah.
If you say present, it's a gift.
Right.
But if you say present, it means to introduce.
Yeah. Totally different.
Totally different meaning.
Yeah.
Just based on where you put the stress.
That's right.
So when you're shadowing, you really want to pay attention to
the stress.
Yeah, where the speaker's putting the emphasis.
Okay.
And one way to do that is to actually mark the stressed words.
In the transcript.
Yeah, if you have a transcript, you can like highlight them.
Yeah, put like a little star next to them or something.
Yeah, or an exclamation point.
Right, and that'll just remind you.
Yeah, it'll make you more aware.
Yeah, when you're speaking.
Of where to put the emphasis.
Yeah, to make sure you're getting that stress right.
Exactly.
That's a good tip.
It's a visual aid.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah, we've gone deep.
We've gone deep on shadowing.
It's a deep dive.
And I feel like this is something that I really want to try.
Yeah, me too.
It just sounds so effective.
It's such a powerful technique.
Yeah, and I like that it's like, it's not just about the words, it's about like...
It's about the whole package.
The whole way that you're speaking.
The performance.
Yeah, and it's fun.
It is fun.
Like I could see myself just like
Yeah.
Shadowing Obama speeches all day long.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Or like movie trailers.
Or Emma Watson interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's like the one takeaway that we want our listeners to leave with?
I would say the biggest takeaway is just give shadowing a try.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard.
Like, it's not complicated.
No.
Yeah.
You just need some audio in your own voice.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
And the benefits are huge.
Huge.
Yeah. Like, you can really improve your fluency.
Your pronunciation, your rhythm.
Everything.
Yeah, your confidence.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you sound good, you feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It all comes together.
So, yeah, I would say to our listeners,
Yeah.
pick one of those celebrity examples and just try it.
Just for a minute or two.
Yeah.
Just to get a taste of it.
Yeah. See how it feels.
Yeah.
And I think you'll be hooked.
I think you'll be surprised
Yeah.
at how effective it can be.
Yeah. And one last thought I'll leave you with is, I think, when you really focus on mimicking someone's speech,
Yeah.
like all those little details.
Yeah, the pauses, the intonation,
Yeah.
the rhythm.
It's almost like you can start to understand their personality better.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like you can kind of like get into their head a little bit.
Yeah, like you're embodying them.
Yeah.
In a way.
And you're like understanding how they think.
Yeah.
Because the way you speak is so connected to the way you think.
It's all connected.
Yeah, so it's like
a window into their mind.
like you're getting this extra layer of understanding that you wouldn't get.
Deeper than the words themselves.
Yeah, if you were just reading the words on a page.
Yeah.
That's a really cool thought.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, so I think shadowing is like, it's more than just a language learning technique.
It's like a communication hack.
Yeah, it's like a way to...
A life hack.
Yeah, like connect with people on a deeper level.
On a deeper level.
All right, well, I'm excited to try this out.
Me too.
Yeah, I think our listeners are too.
Hopefully.
So yeah, go forth and shadow.
Happy shadowing, everyone.
Happy shadowing, everyone.
All right. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. And we'll see you next time.
See you later.